What's going on, guys? In today's video, I will mostly be going over how to play games, mostly in the early game this video, and I talk about some different play styles, like how to play aggressive, how to play passive, and even when you're playing passive, how it can sometimes be good to rush. Anyways, you'll see. Enjoy, and I'll catch you guys in the first game of the video. Hopping into the first game, we're going to be against Big Papa. Usually I go Ace, Engineer, and Farm on this map, but I think for the purpose of the video, I will show you guys a bit more of an aggressive loadout. So, Ace, Engineer, Farm, you guys have seen me play that countless times. You guys know how that strategy works, so I'll switch it up a little bit. Tack, Farm, Sub with Star Captain, very strong strategy on this map. Happy to recommend it. If you're going to go aggressive with the strategy, or on this map in general, you're going to put your tack shooter here, because the tack will shoot out directly in this direction and pop the natural balloons as quickly as possible. Now, my goal is to keep the rounds as short as I can in order to limit their money and then kill them early on. The eco number for this map is going to be 270 with reds, and then you switch to blues, and then just eyeball it at that point. On this map, specifically on this map, not on every map, but on this map, on round 2, I like to burn an early tower boost, just to make sure I'm anti-stalling, so I'll do that. Because otherwise, the scent balloons layer over the natural balloons, and you can't really get your good anti-stall in. And then immediately get your late shooter. Even though, like, my farms are nowhere to be seen, I have no farms down, but the rounds are just flying by. They're going to struggle a lot more than I am, because their towers are not oriented to defend early game efficiently. Now, I will say, something about aggressive strategies that we might even end up seeing is that the win rate of these strategies is going to be generally lower, but the games are going to be a lot quicker. So, you win, you have less chance to win. Like, obviously, against this opponent, I'm going to have, like, 90+% chance to win, but the game, regardless of the outcome, is going to end on round 13 through 16 most likely. And even if I lose, I can hop right into the next one and bounce back. So there's definitely benefit to playing less consistent but quicker strategies. Like, this round's already over. It's already round 5 and I have less than 400 eco. Like, usually you'd have like 450 eco heading into this round. Do my Star Captain steal. Yeah. And the reason I'm going Star Captain, by the way, is to make sure that my regrows are going to regrow a little quicker. It's just like, the other hero makes your rushes cheaper, this hero makes your rushes more potent. And definitely I will already have a pretty big money advantage, so I'm not really worried about how cheap my rushes are, just that they're good enough to kill. Seems like they're doing a bit of a lair. I'm not really getting harmed too much by their layering. Hopefully I can get the anti-stall in. I'm ready to place an emergency attack shooter to anti-stall. No, we got it in. If they send me yellows, I'll buy a sub. And, like, honestly, I'll even probably end up using another tower boost here. Like, especially if they bloom boost. Like, I don't need tower boosts because I'm not going late game. I don't need to save those for later on. I can just spend them all now in order to improve my position, because if I ever get rushed, I can just use a Blade Maelstrom. I don't need to boost. Like, and right now, I'll probably just completely halt my eco, just because I have more urgent matters to attend to, like keeping these rounds short, sending them the pressure that I need to send. Yeah, they place a village down. Like, yeah, I just cannot let any of the rounds get stalled even a little bit, or it's going to be pretty bad for me. They have stopped eco as well, which is pretty unfortunate, because that means they're going to be able to save up more for defense, but I still should be able to get through anything that they build up. Like, they're still leading to camos, they're probably going to want to get up some sort of camo village soon. Yeah, glue hose, that's fine. Fuck, Okay, I let that round get a little long, which is unfortunate. I doubt they're going to rush me, so I honestly might just go for another plantation here. Because if they rush me, they're forcing a lot less potentially than I am. I'm forcing them to die. I'm also going to save my steel from round 13 here, so I can send it with some rainbow balloons. Yeah. And that's it. Like, they didn't use their ability soon enough, so they're just gonna die to my regrows. Like, obviously, this opponent was not particularly strong, but I had 2 whole plantations. If they'd used an ability, they used a tower boost, I can just keep sending that same rush until they have nothing left to defend it with. So, anti-stalling and rushing, very strong strategy. I would definitely recommend that, because starting out, you're not going to be, like, good enough to maintain these high win rate strategies that are more passive, so you might as well go with the aggressive strategies anyways. I'll catch you on the next game. Next game here, we got Fishka. Basalt Columns is a pretty difficult map, so I'm going to go with the more defensive hero. They're going to skip, that's fine. Corey will run Benjamin. And, as expected, this player pretty much known for running Snowpat on most of the maps. They're not particularly good, but Snowpat is really hard to rush, so I'm probably going to take a more passive approach this game, where I just try to absolutely crush them in economy instead of with rushes. $266 with the red balloons, and then switch over to blues if you want to get Ben and tack round 1. And then eco to 273 and then 1 more with the blues.
What next? Let's see what we can do. Game over, man.
Yeah. Eco compounds really quickly. It's really important to be able to calculate and like even to know in advance sometimes like when you'll afford things, what to do in order to afford things. Like I know if I send greens right away in round 2, I can afford my even faster shooting exactly when I need it. So it's very like if I had done something a little bit differently, I might have leaked a lot more lives there. They did spend a balloon boost, so I'm okay with leaking down to like whatever amount I did. They're leaking quite a bit. I'm not going to waste a balloon boost though because I know they're not going to die, and I want to save my balloon boost for more important things. If they go for another upgrade on their farm, I will balloon boost. But I think they're going to start upgrading their tack soon. Yeah. Like, they're fine there. I probably could have balloon boosted and gotten a lot more leaks, but it's just not really worth it because balloon boosts are really powerful, especially against this hero, who you need a lot in order to rush them. Get my blade shooter here. They do get up the farm upgrade. They should be able to afford on this eco boost, their blade shooter. Yeah. Like, I could balloon boost, get a couple leaks, but it's just not really worth it. And now they've stopped their eco, so, like, I'm already in a good spot from that interaction. So yeah, I'll just work towards my plantation. If I need to buy defense, I'll buy defense. If they send black balloons next round, I'll probably buy a wizard.
Level up.
They do, so I will. I'm not going to upgrade it yet, just going to leave it there first. Save it for my plantation if I can. If they send yellows, I will upgrade my wizard. 2 eco boosts off of affording it here. Yeah, they buy a farm. They're probably not too interested in rushing me with yellows here. Or they are. I am up a balloon boost. Yeah, that's not going to force anything, buddy. I'll leak. I'm continuously leaking, but not enough for me to need to do anything about it. Like, 64 lives, plenty of lives. I'm not too worried about losing a few more. Lives are a resource, and you gotta use them efficiently in order to win. Now, at this point, I am going to buy some defense, because if I have to use a tower boost here, that's bad for me on round 9. Yeah, and buying another Fireball, I really don't mind that either, because like I need this next round when he's going to send me Regrowth Zebras. Speaking of Zebras, I will send some his way, not Regrow or anything, but just to force some defense. Yeah. Like, I could boost that, but I don't need to. I can just leak down to 16, that's fine. That should be them mostly out of balloon boosts, I feel like. Yeah. I'm actually going to use both my abilities, but I also rush them simultaneously. Another really important skill is rushing while defending. Like, in that case, they sent me a rush, so instead of buying any defense, I used both of my abilities to know I'd be fine, and then at the same time sent them a powerful rush that they weren't able to defend. Like, they had the money. If they sold a farm, they could have bought ice shards, but they just didn't have the micromanagement skills to defend it. And what's really important is to be able to do both of those things at the same time, and also, if you're not, be able to prioritize which is more important. So, yeah. Gonna be a good second win, and I will catch you all in the third match. I think I'll probably try to do 4, since these are mostly being quicker games. Third match of the video, gonna be against Player on Inflection. I'm happy to play this map. This is a very difficult map. Never mind. They skip. Alright, Castle Ruins. This is a perfect map for what I'm doing, because last round I played a super aggressive playstyle and ended the game early. This time I'll show you how to play the super passive playstyle and prioritize myself over killing my opponent.
You mess with the bee, you get the sting.
Better with an Ace Monkey. You guys know the early game for AFB. Like, I've done been playing this for a while. Yeah. This is usually what I play on this map, just because, like I said, very consistent wins with this loadout, even though the games might last a little longer than I might like. Unfortunately, I did pop all those. Hopefully I can get my BTini down. Yeah, I did get it down. Sometimes with this ace, you can accidentally anti-stall when you don't really want to. Their open spot is really interesting, because it's not going to be in range of that first druid, so it's not going to get the Pierce buff early game. So perhaps I will be able to get some sort of early advantage. One more Eco Boost. Gimme, gimme, damn. If they're gonna send reds at me, then I'm gonna do Making Honey. 2 lives is 2 lives. Like, I won't complain about 2 lives. Get my rapid fire here in a second. It's a bit of an anti-stalled game because of that round 1, but yeah, I'm not going to get super early farm. Like, I'm already ahead of them in farms, so I'd rather prioritize staying safe. Against people who are not playing necessarily too optimally, like, I always prioritize playing more safe and not giving openings for them to, like, kill me or weaken me severely. Like, I'm just going to buy this. Like, I'd rather keep my BTNE 3 on standby than use it right away to greed a little bit more. Gonna be eco from them. That's crazy. Eco, but they have an anti-stall open spot? Doesn't make any sense, but we'll see. We'll see how that goes for them. With it being eco, I am more partial to the idea of anti-stalling. Pretty happy I did that early on now. They do black balloons. If they do black balloons, gonna have to put BTNE back to first. No problem with that. Just has to be done. I'm expecting yellows from them next round. I have my ability if I need it, but I should be fine against yellows unless I get super bad ace timings. Alright, let's see. I think I actually will just use my ability. Just because I don't want to excessively leak. I have no need to excessively leak. And now it'll be off cooldown for round 9, hopefully. It'd be great. Come on, snipe that. Snipe that red balloon. Took longer than I would like for it to pop that red balloon. I'll send purples to force out their wrath, hopefully. Yep, got their wrath. AI is kind of ramping up in difficulty, so I'll probably get on my engineer now. Yeah, I'm just gonna work on going towards the bank. Like, even though they're going eco, probably gonna be Druid, Alka, and Village from them. I do want to showcase how to win passively instead of aggressively. There's gonna be Druid sub Village? That's a terrible strategy. Yeah, so I'm gonna definitely have a big advantage in this game because their strategy is absolute, politely dog shit. So, definitely just want to bring farm. There's no situation in which I'd rather have the village than the farm in that loadout. Like, even ultra late game, having more money is just king. Do I afford? Not quite. It's okay. It's more safe to just float the money on hand and get around 12 bank than be greedy for the round 11 bank there anyways. I could probably rush and kill them, but they know that. They know that I can rush and kill them, so they're not going to be too greedy, and they're going to hinder their eco gain because if they know that if they're too aggressive, then they're going to lose. So in this case, they were too aggressive, and now I'm going to punish them by killing them. Like, this gets power boost. Yeah, that gets power boost, and now I'm just going to rush them to death. And there's pretty much nothing they can do about it either. Like, they rushed me, and now they're just going to lose the game. Yeah. I don't believe this depends. Yeah. Like, I can just send such a massive rush having farm. They are not allowed to send me that rush. If they send me that rush, they're basically immediately allowing themselves to be executed and killed. Because my money is much less valuable than theirs. So that's a good example of what not to do. If you're running eco and your opponent has farm, do not pressure them. Do not rush them unless it's super cheap. They sent me a really expensive rush, so they basically just killed themselves. Anyways, I'll catch you guys in the final match of the video. Last match of the video, we got Yeet Boy here. This is going to be a very strong player. Definitely going to be skipping Garden because that map is a snooze fest. Oasis. Alright, we'll see. If they choose to go Ace, Engineer, Farm, it's going to be a lot more of a boring game. Alright, they skip. Pirate Cove is the exact kind of map I was hoping to see. This map is super fun. Alright, in this matchup, it's going to be probably Tack Farm Mortar versus Tack Farm Mortar. So, with my hero, it's going to be more of a passive hero, and their hero is going to be more of an aggressive hero, so I'm definitely going to have to take that passive approach I was talking about. Like, even though we have the exact same strategy and almost the same hero, their hero is just a little bit more aggressive. So I'm going to opt to play it passive and focus on my money rather than rushing them. Obviously, if an opportunity comes up, just like last game, I will rush them if I have a really good rushing opportunity, but I'm not going to prioritize that as my main plan. Get my hero down. Jericho. Against this map, it's very important to play really well in the early game because leaking lives can be deadly. Yeah, we both got the exact same flowchart of getting our blade up. I will say they did it a bit cleaner because obviously they have more lives, but also their hero is going to be better in the ultra early game because it just attacks a little faster. So that life advantage is not too meaningful. This layer, I'm not sure I necessarily agree with because it's going to force a few lives, sure, but like 2 leaks is not enough to justify spending that money that you could be spending on a farm. And now I'm going to get a banana this round and they're not. And I can afford my blade shooter now if I want it. And now, since I'm doing my steal right now, they had to stop their lair. So yeah, and they also missed another chance. Like with their ability, they need to send 1 set of group balloons, and they missed another chance to do a lair on me. So it's important to take those opportunities. Like, I'm still very much vulnerable to being laired on. Did they get that banana there? I'm not sure. I'm taking the farm lead. I'm definitely going to have to buy a mortar next round because with their hero, they want to be aggressive and they want to drain me, so I'm just going to be very ready to do that. At the same time, I am going to send them for sure. I expect a tower boost out of them soon. Yeah. I get boost for pretty cheap. They can get boost out of me for pretty cheap as well. It's just a good spot to boost. We're both going to play Buyer Mortar as well. I'm going to have initiative here because my boost is going to last a little longer than them. Yeah, they're going to leak down a lot. They're going to need their camo soon. I was scared there, to be honest. That was a really hefty rush by them. Yeah, they got their 022 up. Now they need camo sooner, they're going to die. They're going to be down to 3 lives here. Oh, I'm on 9 lives as well, which is pretty scary. Yeah. So in that matchup, we ended up being super aggressive to each other, and I was a lot less greedy than him with my defense. Like I sold that farm on round 9 when I thought I needed it. I sold that farm just then, and I ended up pulling away with the win. Ultimately, I think my hero is just a little bit better in that matchup because cheaper regrows can... On hard maps, cheaper regrows is usually better than more powerful regrows because you're going to buy the necessary defense anyways. So I end up pulling away with the win. Sorry if there wasn't as much commentary in that last game. I was really quite much tryharding, but I hope you all enjoyed the video overall, and I will catch you guys tomorrow in the next daily upload. My friend Ryan actually also has a Bloons YouTube channel, and they currently have way more subscribers than me. So subscribe so we can pass them ASAP. Thanks.